Imagine standing outside your home and watching the sky suddenly go dark. A wall of white rushes towards you, swallowing everything in its path. Within seconds, the world vanishes. No streets, no buildings, no sound but the howling wind. You're now in the grip of a blizzard, the most fearsome snowstorm on Earth. And this storm doesn't care who you are. It doesn't knock. It devours. Blizzards are not just bad weather. They're Earth's icy executioners, merciless, massive, and absolutely unforgiving. In this documentary, we'll venture deep into the frozen heart of these monster storms. We'll uncover how they're born, why they're growing more intense, and the chilling stories of those who didn't survive. Stay with us because what you're about to see will change how you think about snow forever. The anatomy of a blizzard. To understand a blizzard, we must begin with its anatomy. These are not random snowfalls or routine winter storms. Blizzards form under very specific conditions when Arctic air dives southward and collides with warm, moist air from lower latitudes. The result is an explosive cocktail of cold, moisture, and wind. It's not just the snow. It's the violence in the air, the fury in the sky. Meteorologists define a blizzard by its intensity. Wind speeds must be at least 35 miles per hour. Visibility must be reduced to a quarter mile or less, and these conditions must persist for a minimum of 3 hours. But when nature gets serious, these thresholds are easily exceeded. Some blizzards rage for days, battering entire regions, burying cities in snowdrifts higher than houses. Modern forecasting can detect the early signs, but there's still a terrifying unpredictability. A single degree of temperature change can mean the difference between rain and whiteout. The storm that looks manageable can suddenly explode into a killer. A timeline of terror, the worst blizzards in history. The annals of weather history are filled with chilling tales. In 1888, two devastating blizzards, one in the U.S. Northeast and another in the Midwest, killed hundreds. The Great Blizzard of 1888 dropped up to 55 inches of snow, paralyzing New York, Boston, and Philadelphia. Winds howled at 85 miles per hour. Snowdrifts buried trains and houses. People were frozen in their homes with no electricity, no transportation, and no help. The school children's blizzard, also in 1888, struck the Great Plains. The day began warm. Children went to school in light jackets. By afternoon, Arctic air slammed into the region. Temperatures plummeted. Winds turned lethal. Many children died just yards from shelter, lost in the blinding snow. In 1972, Iran suffered the deadliest blizzard in recorded history. Over 4,000 people died as snow buried entire villages under 26 feet of snow. Survivors were not found because no one could even reach them. Fast forward to 1993, the storm of the century slammed the eastern U.S. with record snowfall and hurricane-force winds. Over 300 people perished. Airports shut down. Entire cities lost power. The storm spanned from Cuba to Canada, impacting over 100 million people. These are not isolated events. Each decade brings new records, new destruction, and new victims. The science of chaos, why blizzards happen. Blizzards form under the same principle as hurricanes, colliding air masses and moisture. But instead of tropical heat, blizzards are powered by the frigid cold. The colder the air, the more explosive the outcome when it meets warm, moist currents. As that moist air rises, it cools and condenses into snow. The low-pressure center intensifies and the jet stream feeds the beast. The snow in a blizzard isn't always the fluffy kind. It can be wet and heavy, sticking to everything, snapping trees and power lines. Or it can be dry and powdery, whipped into whiteouts where direction, depth, and even time become meaningless. Sometimes lightning flashes inside these storms. This is thunder snow, one of the rarest and most violent phenomena on Earth. Only a handful of people have ever witnessed it. The sky turns purple, thunder echoes through falling snow, and the air itself seems to crack with tension. The deadliest danger. What makes blizzards so fatal? Blizzards are killers not because of brute force like tornadoes or floods, but because of the silent, creeping threat of exposure. In a blizzard, the wind steals your body heat. Wet clothes freeze in minutes. Skin exposed to sub-zero wind chills suffers frostbite in less than 5 minutes. Then there's hypothermia. As your core temperature drops, your body shuts down blood flow to your limbs to protect vital organs. Confusion sets in. You may feel warm even as your body freezes. Many victims are found in rest because in the final stages of hypothermia, people irrationally feel hot and remove their clothing, a deadly phenomenon known as paradoxical and racing. Add disorientation to the mix and survival becomes a gamble. Even if you're just a few feet from shelter, you might not find it. Blizzard survival. How to stay alive when the snow turns savage. The best way to survive a blizzard is preparation. Stock up on food, water, and heat sources. Keep batteries, flashlights, and blankets accessible. If you're trapped in your car, stay inside. Run the engine only for brief intervals. Open the window slightly to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. In the wilderness, dig into the snow to create an insulated cave. Snow, ironically, is a good insulator. Move as little as possible to conserve energy. Your priority is warmth, not travel. Urban survival is different but equally dangerous. Power outages can turn apartments into ice boxes. Elevators stomp. Heaters fail. Hospitals switch to emergency power. In cities, many elderly and unhoused people die quietly in the cold. Their stories rarely make headlines, but they are the true death toll of winter's wrath. Blizzard myths and mysteries. The snowbound world of folklore and fur blizzards have left their mark on culture and memory. In Inuit legends, snowstorms were seen as the breath of angry spirits. In Norse mythology, frost giants brought deadly winters to punish the gods. Native American stories often describe white animals emerging during great snow, symbols of warning and wisdom. In modern times, myths persist. Some believe loud noises cause snow to fall from clouds, false. Others think you can eat snow for hydration, dangerous. Snow lowers body temperature and can speed up hypothermia. Always melt and warm snow before drinking. But perhaps the most dangerous myth is that we are safe from blizzards in the modern world. The truth is, technology cannot defeat nature, it can only prepare us to face it. Blizzards and climate change. A colder, warmer future here is a paradox. Global warming may increase the frequency and strength of blizzards. How? Warmer air holds more moisture. When that moisture collides with cold fronts, it can result in extreme snowstorms. In recent years, the northeastern U.S. has seen bomb cyclones rapidly intensifying storms that create hurricane-like blizzards. Europe, too, has been hit with late-season snowstorms, disrupting agriculture and travel. As Arctic temperatures rise, the polar vortex weakens, allowing cold air to spill southward more frequently. This destabilization means that while average global temperatures rise, individual events like blizzards can become more severe. We are entering an era where snowstorms could be more intense than any in recorded history, even as the planet warms overall. Blizzard aftermath. When the snow finally stops, when the winds die down and the snow settles, what remains is often a world unrecognizable. Trees broken like matchsticks, cars entombed, roads vanished. The silence after a blizzard is unlike anything else, thick, muffled, surreal. The economic toll runs in the billions. Airports closed, businesses shuttered, rescue operations deployed. But beyond the numbers are the human stories, acts of heroism, sacrifice, and survival. Neighbors helping neighbors, first responders risking their lives, families reunited. The community spirit often shines brightest in the aftermath of nature's darkest moments. The final storm, a reflection on Earth's icy free when the last snowflake falls and the screaming wind dies into silence. The world does not return to what it was. It stands transformed, cold, quiet, and humbled. Blizzards do more than cover the earth in snow. They peel back the layers of human pride. They remind us that despite all our progress, all our machines, satellites, and forecasts, we are still at the mercy of the skies. In the wake of a blizzard, time seems to slow. The roads, once roaring with traffic, vanish. Power lines dangle like spider silk. Trees stand twisted and broken. And beneath the white shroud, a haunting calm takes hold. It's in this eerie stillness that we confront the truth that nature doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't follow our schedules, respect our borders, or answer our prayers. It arrives, it dominates, and then it leaves without explanation. Blizzards are not like other natural disasters. They do not roar like hurricanes or twist like tornadoes. They creep in inch by inch, flake by flake. What begins as gentle snowfall turns deadly in hours. They blind us with whiteness. They erase distance, direction, and even hope. They isolate us not just from the world, but from each other. In the heart of a blizzard, every man is an island, every house a fortress, every breath a battle. And yet, within that chaos lies a strange beauty, a brutal kind of poetry. The storm does not discriminate. It treats kings and beggars the same. It humbles the mighty and shelters the meek. It's in those moments, buried in snow, that we remember what truly matters. Warmth, shelter, connection, survival. For thousands of years, humans have lived under the illusion that we are separate from nature, that we are its rulers, not its children. We build cities that reach the clouds. We pave forests into roads. We command rivers and drill into the earth. But when the blizzard comes, we are reduced to the basics: fire, food, family. The storm does not care how powerful we are. It strips away our titles, our possessions, our plans. It reveals our fragility, and that is its lesson. Blizzards are not just weather, they are a mirror. They reflect the limits of our control, the vulnerability of our systems, the delicate balance between civilization and chaos. They force us to look inward, to prepare not only our homes but our minds. Because every blizzard is a question from nature. Are you ready? Are you aware? Do you remember who's in charge here? But from these storms also rises something profound: resilience. We shovel out our paths. We check on neighbors. We rebuild. Again and again, we stand back up. And that, too, is a message. That while nature may remind us of our smallness, it also reveals our strength. The storm can bury us, but it cannot break us. Still, as the climate shifts and the planet warms, these icy monsters may grow fiercer. The rules are changing. Winters are becoming more unpredictable, more violent, more extreme. The blizzard of tomorrow may not look like the blizzard of yesterday. We must evolve just as nature does, not to conquer it, but to live in harmony with it, to listen when it whispers, tact when it warns. In the end, the final storm is not a storm at all. It is a reckoning, a wake-up call wrapped in silence and snow, a reminder that this planet is alive, that it breathes, it changes, and it demands our respect. When the snow falls heavy and the wind howls through the trees, we are not witnessing destruction, we are witnessing power, raw, unfiltered, ancient. So the next time you stand at your window and watch the first snowflake drift from the sky, don't just see a winter's day. See the beginning of something greater, something older than cities, wiser than words. See the hand of the earth. The final storm is coming. And when it does, will we tremble? Or will we remember?